Hey y'all, iRick Guy here, and this is the 2018 Audi A3. And before I start this review video, I want to give a big shout out to Holly at Audi of Huntsville. Now, she's a really good salesperson. If you're looking for an Audi, you don't want any of that high pressure stuff, any of that, reach out to Holly at Audi of Huntsville. So now let's go ahead and get started. I'm about, I don't know, 150, 200 miles in. And just want to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the Audi A3. Now, looking at it, the first thing you might notice is that it's, it's got a good design. It's got good lines, like most German vehicles. But we're really going to dissect it and look at all of the things that you may not be aware of. Now, this particular model is the premium. So with the A3, at least for 2018, there's a premium. There's a Premium Plus, and there's a Prestige. So I opted for the Premium, but I'm going to explain why here in a minute as we dive in more deeply. So let's just kind of walk around the vehicle here, and I'm going to show you some cool things that you may not be aware of. So first of all, the design, I mean, obviously it's hard to beat. This is a front-wheel drive vehicle, and it's got, I think it's 180, is it 182 or 189? It's 180-something horsepower. One of the good things about the Audi A3 is that it doesn't require premium fuel. Now, obviously, that's something that's recommended, but recommended does not necessarily mean required. So I've been running regular unleaded in this thing, and it really sips the gas. But to perform so well, it still sips the gas, and that's a huge sell for me. Just a really good design. These wheels are nice. They're somewhat base, but they look really nice. I think there's a wheel design that's not as aggressive looking as that. But again, this is the premium, so it's not the Premium Plus or the Prestige. It's just a base model premium. But for that base model, what all you get is impressive. I really like the lines of the vehicle. Just look at that. It's very nice looking vehicle. But now when you step inside, it's about to get interesting. So first of all, this has the convenience package. And I mentioned earlier why I got the base model, the premium, instead of the other models. Well, I got what's called the convenience package. And with the convenience package, I got Apple CarPlay. If you look at Audi's website, you may find that that the website doesn't suggest that the premium, this base model car, comes with Apple CarPlay, because it normally doesn't. But I got Apple CarPlay because of the convenience package. So it's a convenient way to save a little bit of cash. The interior in here is super nice. Look at this color of leather. Something I learned from Holly was that this, unlike some vehicle manufacturers, this is real leather and it's dyed all the way through. So if you've ever had a leather seat and it started to fade, that's the importance of dyeing all the way through. Something I did opt for were rubber mats. You can see they're kind of dirty because I've been out in the gravel parking lot. But I would definitely recommend rubber mats because you can just take them out and spray them off, let them dry off, and it's hassle-free. Something you'll notice about this car, that all the finishings are very premium, down to the door handles. It's got a nice aluminum-looking trim there. The leathers in this vehicle and the plastics are very nice. This is a soft touch, so it's not a hard plastic. Typically, in a vehicle of this price point, these surfaces would probably be hard plastic, but that's not the case with this. The vents are really cool. If you've never used them, you can move them around by grabbing that little nipple thing in the middle, and you can turn them off by twisting this. So that's super cool. The controls are super nice. You've got this, it's called the MMI interface. And it's basically a convenient way to control your screen that pops up when you turn your car on. Speaking of that, let's see, let me take this camera off the tripod here so we can get in and up close and personal. How about that? So, looking at the dash, this particular one has heated seats. It's got dual climate control, automatic temperature. Up here you've got that A off. This car, when you come to a stop, it'll turn the engine off and crank it back up. If you push that A off, it'll temporarily disable that. But keep in mind, every time you get in the car again, you've got to push that again if you don't want to use that. But it saves fuel. Hazard light, traction control off. And then this right here will put the screen down. So we'll see, in this case, I put it up. See, look at that. Screen pops up, A3. Very cool. And to put it down, I would just push that button. That's nice having that where it can go away when you're driving. It's probably not going to want to go down now because it's just booting up. And see, there's your Audi smart interface. Look at that. So let's put the screen down. I may have to. There we go. It had to boot up for a second. So again, and then looking here, you've got sport mode, and then just regular drive, and then you can flick it to the right and go into manual. Push button start, this particular model. Oh, and that's what convenience package added. It added the keyless cranking and stuff. So that was another advantage to this is the key right here. Another advantage to the convenience package was getting the key, so you just put it in your pocket. Now it does have the little pop-out key. Should it fail, you can stick that in the door. Well, on the driver's side. Let's go over to the driver's side. So see right here, there's a keyhole. See, if you had to use it. It is worth mentioning, the mirrors are heated. And that's nice, but it's worth mentioning on this model, again, premium model, this is the base model. My mirrors, when I park, they don't turn in like they did with some other vehicles. But again, I'm all about the cost savings. The steering wheel is super nice. This isn't the flat bottom steering wheel. I personally don't care. I like it. But some people would, and that's a more premium option. You got the controls on there, very nice interface. The seats, the driver's side seat is, it's got a lot of controls in it. You can adjust, it doesn't have seat memory at this price point, but it's got the lumbar support, and it's got the, forward and backwards and up and, the back of the seat. So it's got a lot of adjustments. These seats are super comfortable. Most comfortable seats that I've ever had in a car. And I've had BMWs, Mercedes, and the Volkswagen. So there's your brake pedals and your accelerator pedal. Again, pretty basic. This is the base model. Instrumentation. I think the instrumentation cluster here looks really cool. Look at that. It's simple. And I like how the dash is simple and that screen just pops up. But again, you can pop it down if you want to. And I'd have to look at it. There's your parking brake right there. And again, looking at the interface, you've got navigation option, you got menu, and the little clickiness on this. It just feels really good. See, I'm going to click through some stuff here. Actually, I'm going to sit in the car. Hold on. So see, you can just use that and navigate through the various things. This is a topic for another video. We're going to dive into MMI and that, but just a nice cabin. This is a very tall water thing. Turvis tumbler, look at that. But even though it's so tall, it still fits under there, just barely. That's about the tallest drink you'll get in there. Again, steering wheel controls, you got a lot of buttons on them. Leather on the steering wheel feels super nice. It's got the little small center part of it. Over here, and this is what was interesting. With this particular model, I got this light, this thing right here where I control the brightness of interior lighting. And I got the auto lights, I just keep it on auto. But this is cool. When you push that, it lights, it sends lights like out of the front left and front right of your vehicle. And then that down there puts this red light, or I think it's kind of red color on the back to increase your visibility. Cool features. So just looking through the cabin here, it's very nice. I failed to mention you've got the volume control for your radio or your phone right there. All the knobs in this car, they have a very premium feel, and that's greatly appreciated. In the back it says S-Tronic, or Stronic. Says that, see? And then, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but up here you got a USB port. And you got the cigarette lighter style adapter for more power. And then in the center console, you got a mess in there. Let me make sure there's nothing in there. Yeah, just got some gift cards and some cash. So yeah, it's a limited amount of storage in there, but it's good. It's good. Again, this leather, you can't appreciate how nice this leather is until you sit on it. Look at that. I'm just sitting here sweating right now because I've been out walking around. Then you got little Audi logo thing there. Now these seats, again with the seats, these headrests on these things are super nice. Look at that. Look at how padded that is. Super padded. Going into the back seat. By the way, at least at the time of posting this, the only way to get a two-door is to get a convertible. Again, premium finishes. Got the rubber mats in the back too. You can see they're dirty because it's been out in a gravel parking lot. Got a little net. And you got little rooms right there if you got knees. Which most people have knees, so you know it's a good way to stay more comfortable in the back seat. It's not too cramped. And honestly, I've got my driver's seat back to where I drive, and I'm 6'2", so yeah, just super nice finishes on this car. I mean, you definitely know when you're in it that you're in a very, very high-end car, and that's what's so cool about the A3 is that even though it's their smallest vehicle, and this is just the base model of the A3, you get a lot of niceties that other manufacturers at this price point probably wouldn't include. So it's just a really exceptional vehicle. And I like smaller vehicles, so being able to get oh, what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, there we go. I grabbed the wrong thing, but this right here is an armrest, and then it's got, this pops out. It's got cup holders. See, that just goes down. That goes back. The trunk will open and reveal the, I mean, you can open that and reveal the trunk if you want to. It's got room enough in the trunk, for a golf bag. You know, it's a good size. So far, I've managed to get around 37 miles per gallon. And the thing is, with this thing, the acceleration is insane. You can get 0 to 60 around, I think around 5.2 seconds, which for something of this size is incredible. Oh, I forgot to mention the sunroof. And see, it's got a little sunshade you can close, but I'm not going to do that within this video. But yeah, just a nice car. And again, I hope this video helps. If you're out shopping for vehicles, I highly recommend this. And another key thing to mention is that, at least for this vehicle, these tires are not run flat tires. So a lot less expensive to replace than run flat tires. Run flat tires are typically quite expensive. So that's another selling point. This is a front wheel drive. You can get the A3 in the all wheel drive, which is called the Quattro. But if you go Quattro, you get a little bit more power, but you also get lesser fuel economy. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, I mean, I got the base model with a convenience package and awesome fuel economy. I don't have to use premium fuel. I don't have to deal with run flat tires. So, all things considered, this car, if you're looking for good fuel economy, but also a sports car that has 4 doors and won't break the bank, this is a great vehicle to consider. And honestly, I'll go as far as to say that even if I'd wanted to spend more for, say, an A5 or an A6, that I may have gone with this anyway, just because I love the fuel economy and how small this car is and how well it handles. Having that shorter wheelbase really makes a big difference. And this is not just a lot of people falsely assume that this is just a Jetta with a different badge on the front end. It's totally not. I mean, this thing is nasty on the road. I mean, it's got some power to it. And see that little box down there? Something else I learned. Actually, one of Holly's associates told me about this. That little box, if you're, and again, don't assume it's going to work, but it's a safety thing that could save your life. It could break the vehicle, cause the vehicle to break if you're about to hit something. But again, don't trust it. Always be safe and be a responsible driver. Never assume that technology is going to work. Always assume the technology is going to fail. But I also want to give a shout out, and I forget the gentleman's name, but the guy that when I picked up the car, he sat down, went through all the electronics features. He did a very thorough job, and just a great experience. Everything from at Audi of Huntsville, everything from the test drive to the haggling. And yes, and I do haggle a lot. If you've watched my channel, you know that I try to do everything on a budget, not just a budget, but an extreme budget. So they probably hated to see me come through the door, but everybody was very accommodating. Again, Holly was a great salesperson. The manager of the place was super professional, super knowledgeable. Everybody in there understood these vehicles inside and out. The financing process, obviously, it was very efficient. I said, here's when I'm going to be here. I've got this long. Have my vehicle ready. I rolled up. Vehicle was ready. Mats were in. Everything just like I wanted it. Even got my window sticker, because I like to keep my window stickers for future resale. And even got it, and much to my surprise, it had been laminated. First time ever I bought a vehicle and they took the time to not only include the window sticker, but laminate it so that it shouldn't wear out. So now if I sell or trade this vehicle in a few years, which I always do, I trade every few years, I'll have that, and that's something that a lot of buyers look for. Maintenance. I haven't gotten to that yet, but the first maintenance will be 10,000 miles. One of the cool things, and especially Audi Huntsville, one of the cool things is it's a very clean dealership. You can go in there, you can sit down, you can wait, you can grab a bag of chips or a bottle of water or whatever, and just be comfortable while your vehicle's being serviced. So if the after sales experience, if the sales experience at Audi Huntsville is any indication of how the after sales should be, I feel fairly confident that it'll be a great few years of ownership. And if it is, you know, when I trade again, I'll probably go with another Audi. And I don't know if I'll go with another A3 or what, but check out my other video where I was talking about the Alfa Romeo Giulia. When I got this, the Alfa Romeo Giulia was a vehicle that I was seriously considering, and I'm glad I opted for the Audi A3 instead. Check out my other video to learn why I went Audi instead of Alfa. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll do some more videos. This is just, you know, the first impressions after a few hundred miles. I think I got 150 or 200, whatever I said. And yeah, it's just, I mean, it's super sleek. And again, I really think that this color brown leather, whatever the color name is, the name of the color rather, I think it really sets it off. What do you think? So thanks for watching, and again, if you're looking for an Audi, and I keep plugging them because I was so satisfied with the experience, if you're looking for an Audi, call Audi of Huntsville, ask for Holly, and be like, hey Holly, Irix Guy's Adventure Channel said you were good at selling cars, and it was a good experience. So you know, go in there and tell her, just say, hey, Irix Guy's Adventure Channel, they referred me, and I'd appreciate that. So thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/Irix Guy. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Irix Guy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.